I never thought a Christmas gift would tear my family apart. Last month, my husband and I brought our 3-month-old daughter Emma to his parents' house for the holidays. It was the first time they'd met her since we live across the country. My mother-in-law, Sandra, had always been overbearing, but she outdid herself that weekend. She kept making odd comments about how Emma doesn't look like anyone in the family, and how she has such unusual features. I brushed it off as typical grandmother talk. The morning after we arrived, I noticed Sandra was alone with Emma for nearly an hour while I was showering and my husband was picking up breakfast. I thought nothing of it until 3 days later, when all hell broke loose. We were opening presents when Sandra handed my husband an envelope with a trembling hand. I needed to know the truth, she whispered. My husband opened it, and I watched the color drain from his face. It was a DNA test result. She had swabbed our daughter's cheek while we were watching. The test showed my husband was not Emma's biological father. The room went silent. My father-in-law started yelling. Sandra was crying, saying she always knew something wasn't right. My husband just stared at me with empty eyes. Here's what no one in that room knew. Emma was conceived through CF using a sperm donor because my husband is infertile. A fact he begged me to keep private from his family because he was ashamed we had agreed to tell them when he was ready. Is this true? He asked me, his voice breaking. I couldn't lie. Yes, but it's not what they think. His parents interpreted my words as a confession of infidelity. My husband stormed out. I was left alone trying to explain life to his raging parents while holding our crying daughter. When I finally got my husband alone, I reminded him of our husband journey, the papers we signed, the doctor appointments we attended together. Why didn't you defend me? I asked, through tears. I panicked, he admitted. Seeing it on paper made it real in a way it hadn't been before. For a moment, I forgot everything we'd been through. We left that night. My husband apologized for freezing, but the damage was done. His parents still believe I cheated. They've been calling his siblings, our friends, anyone who will listen, spreading their version of events. My husband finally told them the truth about his infertility and our ITERB journey, but Sandra refuses to believe it. She claims we're covering up my affair and has demanded another DNA test paired to this time testing her son against Emma. We've blocked their numbers. My husband is in therapy working through his complicated feelings about his infertility being exposed this way. Emma will never know her paternal grandparents, all because my mother-in-law couldn't respect our privacy, and my husband couldn't stand up to his mother in the moment it mattered most. Sometimes I wonder if our marriage will survive this. Trust works both ways, and we both failed each other when it counted. If you want to know what happened when his parents showed up at our house last week, share this video and follow for part 2.